So for this one, it said marker red, create a div, a div, and then a class with sleeve and an ending div. So make a div within the div. Now that the markers have the correct colours, it's time to build the marker sleeve. Start with the red marker. Inside the red marker div, create a div and give it a class sleeve. So div class equals sleeve. Moving on. Create a new CSS rule that targets the class sleeve. Set the width property to 110 pixels and the height property to 225 pixels. So in CSS, we need what we've just created. So dot was a period, dot sleeve, because it's a class, you need dot, you need a period. So sleeve, so set the width, so width colon to 110 pixels, semicolon, and the height in the div to space 25 pixels, semicolon. Yabba dabba do, moving the fuck on, excuse the French. To make the marker look more realistic, give the sleeve a transparent white colour. First, set the sleeve element's background colour to white. So, background, main colour spelled like that, colon, space, white, don't forget your semicolon. Yabba dabba do, moving on. Opacity describes opaque or non-transparent. Something is, for example, a solid wall is opaque and no light can pass through, but a drinking glass is much more transparent. You can see through the glass to the other side. With the CSS opacity property, you control how opaque or transparent an element is. With the value 0 or 0%, the element will completely be transparent. At 1.0 as 100% of the element will completely opaque, like it is by default. In the dot sleeve rule, set opacity property to 0.5. So opacity colon 0.5, and don't forget your semicolon, and then you see it changed. So another way to set the opacity for an image is with the alpha channel. Similar to opacity property, the alpha channel controls how transparent or opaque a colour is. You've already set the sleeve opacity with the name colour and the opacity property, but you can add an alpha channel to the other CSS colour properties. Inside the dot sleeve rule, remove the opacity property and value. You're already familiar with the RGB function to set colours. To add an alpha channel to an RGB colour, use an rgba for alpha function instead. The rgba function works like the RGB function, but takes one more from 0 to 1.0 for the alpha channel. So rgba instead of RGB, so red value, green value, blue value, and then the alpha value, so alpha channel basically. So the RGBA alpha value. In the dot sleeve rule, use the rgba function to set the background color property to pure white with the 50% opacity. So background color rgba bracket so 255 comma no wait a minute. In the dot sleeve, use the RGB function to set the background color to pure white with 50% opacity. Red, green, and blue. It's 255, 255. Oh, 255, 255. And then the alpha value is 0.1. No.